Okay, so today is the first day of Fresh and we got quite a lot of the experience to tell you guys. Where do I start, okay? For the first time in, well, ever, the server came out at the exact minute it was supposed to. There's always like problems. There's always like, maybe it's like 5 minutes late or something like that. For some reason it came out the very second I got my character name. I was so happy about that. But there is a problem with launch. And a lot of people cannot play the Horde right now. As you guys know, there is a new faction balance system. And basically, if you got too many characters on one faction, they lock down the creation of characters for one faction until the balance is fixed again. And if they put like a little grace period, you know, like the first day people log in, that would have been fine. But the system was kicking in the very minute it started. So I had people from my guild, okay, that were at launch and they couldn't log in because of the queue for 5 minutes, okay? So the server was coming out 7 p.m. my time. So people logging in 7 and 5 p.m., okay? 5 minutes later could not join my guild. They could not make a Horde character to play with us. So that was a huge issue all day. Of course, the faction balance would eventually open up again and then it would close down again. So people had to sit there for like hours spamming the character creation button until they could make a Horde character. That's gonna split guilds apart, okay? I think they gotta do something about that because one thing is the faction balance and I get it, but like it's the first day, okay? Like give us a little grace period. Like how... that's gonna be like a problem for the population of the game too. Like, I don't know about you guys in chat, but like, if you cannot play with your guild, okay, you got a guild, I don't know, I know not everybody has a guild here, but if you got a guild and you cannot play with your guild, you're forced to play the opposite faction on launch day, and you're gonna keep playing, I think a lot of people would freaking quit. I would quit, I mean, no joke. So I hope they try to take care of those people before it's too late, because if they cannot play the launch week because of this faction thing, that's gonna just be awful. About the launch itself, it went actually freaking awesome. It's the first time in a launch that I didn't see any lag at all. Even at launch. I was playing a torrent. I am a bit of a jerk, okay? Because I know full well I was watching Ebonheart stream. I know I was watching Hammer stream. Orcs and trolls were unplayable the entire time. That was hilarious. They implemented like a new system for layering now that they split every zone into like a layer within the layer or something like that. So Durota, right? You share trolls and orcs in the same zone. I think, and it is the most packed zone in the game. So that zone was unplayable. I think Undead's experienced some lag too, but as a torrent, it was the smoothest launch ever. I didn't get a crash once, I didn't get lag once, and they buffed the hyper spawns to hell. That's also another thing. And if you kill a mob and there's a lot of people around you, the mobs respawn super fast. We got out of there like super fast. We got level 12 in 4 hours. That was the length of the session. And I know that's super slow. Like you can get level 12 in like what, 2 hours if you are in like a non-populated server. But that's pretty good though. That's a really good ratio. So yeah, if you were playing a torrent the entire time, launch was really smooth sailing. Yeah, PvE does not have a faction balance feature. I mean, that would suck if people are forced to play PvE because the guilds are split apart. As you guys know, I am doing a guild with Dwarf Lord, and Dwarf Lord had that same problem. My guild master, okay, Dwarf Lord, he makes era videos, you probably know about him. He makes a bunch of warrior videos too. But Dwarf Lord is a guild master and he had to sit there for like 15 minutes until he could get a Horde character in the game. It was terrible. And he was there at launch, okay? It wasn't that he logged in 3 hours later, he came from work and he couldn't make a character. And that's my point, right? Like, how many people came from work later after the launch and they just couldn't make a Horde character? That's just awful. Please, Blizzard, like, I understand why you're doing this, but give us like 1 day of grace period where like disable the system for like a day, half a day. Just give people like a little window to roll at the launch, because that's gonna be just awful. Even if it will eventually open up, because like the factions eventually balance out, you're still gonna be 6 hours behind. That's just dumb. That's just dumb. I would have done a video on this earlier if I didn't get just 8 days before the announcement into the server. I didn't have enough time to spam videos. I would have made a lot more videos about Fresh. But you gotta get level 12 when launch comes out. And the reason you wanna get level 12 is because I got no doubt in my mind that tomorrow everybody's gonna hit level 10 at the same time and the Barrens is gonna be unplayable. But if you hit level 12, you can actually go to RFC, and I'm gonna probably be forced to do RFC all day tomorrow. We're gonna see if the Barrens is playable or not tomorrow, that's gonna be like a huge bottleneck. It's always a bottleneck. But overall, taking apart that faction balance thing, and they are experimenting with it, so we're gonna see. I think this is probably the best launch we've ever had. Even though I know full well that the orcs were unplayable the whole time, that's just gonna always be a thing. Their layering technology is improving. Slowly, but it is improving. Probably in 2 days we're gonna be on a PvP zone, we're gonna be in Ashenvale or something, and we're gonna be looking at the actual war mode PvP they are doing. We're gonna see if the layering is actually balanced out for PvP, because that will also be very, very interesting to see. Oh yeah, that's true. The Night Elves, the boat and the Zeppelin at launch wouldn't work for like 2 hours or 3 hours. So if you were a Night Elf and you hit level 10, you couldn't get out of Teldrassil for like a long time. That was hilarious. You had people dying and graveyard warping back into Darkshire. Is it that Darkshore? So yeah, that happened too. To be fair, because I am never fair to Blizzard, I get it. There is always gonna be some problems at a launch, you know, like the servers are working at full capacity, they crank everything out to the maximum, like some things are gonna break, right? They are learning. As slow as they are to learn lessons, they are learning lessons. They are definitely learning from their mistakes. And that's pretty cool. So if you can, you should check, by the way, you should check and you should keep checking across the entire day today. If you can make a Horde character in the PvP server Night Slayer in the Horde US, we got a guild with Dwarf Lord and we need pretty much a little bit of everything. We got a full sign up, but how many of those people are gonna hit level 60? Probably not a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna leave a Discord in the pinned comments. That's gonna be our guild. And subscribe, join the Discord, and thank you for watching.